guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about me and my journey throughout CRNA school. Today's video is going to be a semester 1 recap. If you guys are interested, let's get into the nitty-gritty. So what I want to get out of this video is to tell you guys what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and my final grades for semester 1. So in the beginning, I wanted to make sure that I was in a study group because I thought that that would be the most effective for me because I never really did study in general. I barely got much done when it came to my first bachelor's degree. I kind of just showed up and took the test. I don't even think I opened a single textbook. But anyway, neither here nor there. And then in nursing school, I remember what really worked for me was when I was kind of teaching one of my other classmates, and I thank her to this day. She got me through nursing school. But anyways, so I felt like I needed to work in a study group to be able to teach somebody, or I don't know, just bounce information off each other. But in the end, I realized that I wasn't effectively studying the material on my own. I felt like maybe I was jumping into group study without really knowing the material, and I didn't feel good about that. So I wanted to take a step back and really focus on, learning the material by myself before getting into a group. And then I never really got the opportunity to get into a group because I just felt like I was getting bombarded by all the material that I just felt like I needed the time to focus on learning the material by myself before I was able to get into groups. I never actually did get into groups. And then I was also working with Quizlet. I was making some flashcards, and I don't think it helped me because I guess maybe the study method that I used for it just didn't give me enough recall. I felt like because I would set it to, I would make the flashcards, which I felt were a bit time consuming, and I would set it to like a learn mode, and then it would make like a test question essentially out of the flashcard that you made, but I could see what I wrote. Like I know the response that I wrote, so it really didn't help me, for me, it didn't feel like it was enough to learn from, and it just wasted a bunch of time. What I did feel helped was listening to the lectures. So it took me too long to realize that though, because I felt like I did much better as I started to listen to the lectures. So when I would listen to the lectures, I would hear them over and over and over. Like I would put them on repeat. And it was just like the repetitive notion of it, like hearing it over and over, I felt like that helped. And then if I didn't understand a particular topic, let's say he went over it too quickly, I would go to YouTube and watch just, that disease process or that particular drug or whatever it was that I felt like I didn't understand. I would watch it and the YouTube videos, and then I actually started making concept maps, like especially for the mechanism of action of all the drugs. Like for the specific drug classes, I would make a really pretty like depiction of a disease process. Let me see if I have one here. Okay, something like this. Like, so I would write the mechanism of how something works. Like this is a glutaminergic or a glutaminergic neuron, for instance. So it would follow a glutamate pathway, and it would, like, this is how the neuron excites, and then what ends up happening is when you have too much glutamate, then you have seizures. Like you can have seizure activity, so then you have anti-seizure medications. So then I would have the specific anti-seizure medications and where they work in this pathway, so that I could see, this is the main pathway, and then I can see where it is that they're acting. I know this is a lot, but for me, this little visual really helped so that I can see where in particular the drugs are working. And I almost feel like it helped me in the moment to memorize this picture as well, because I would actually picture, I wrote that in purple. The purple were this particular one, and then I would remember exactly where it worked. Now, the setback with this was that I was having trouble memorizing the adverse effects, the protein binding, the other stuff like the pharmacokinetics. Like I would do all these beautiful little concept maps of how this is first the mechanism and then the drug working on the mechanism. And then I would have the indications, the side effects, the drug-to-drug interactions, but in the end I would forget them. Like, look at this. These are loop diuretics. This is the loop, So yeah, I do feel like the drawings, although time consuming, were helpful. They were helpful. I was able to visualize where the drugs were working, but I do need to work on a little more detail on the drugs, and I feel like I would have done so much better in farm. I ended up with an 88.6, but I'll get into the final grades in a little bit. But I do feel like that helped me, and I actually did that for the mechanisms of not patho, it was an anatomy and physiology course, but like to draw like some visuals on how certain disease processes work, like in the clotting cascade. I did that and it helped me too. So the concept maps, I didn't do it for every disease process or every drug. It just helped me for certain ones, especially the drug classes that works in similar ways. But I do feel like I have a lot of room for improvement, because I hate that I kept hitting like the cusp. I would always hit like a 90 or like an 89, or like a 92, but I wouldn't get a really high 90. It would just like, I would get too many questions wrong, and it would be something that I knew and I misread the question, you know, like somehow I would always manage to get one or two like that wrong, that I misread the question. But I do feel like I did well. I'm gonna get into the final grades now, but I'm gonna do away with Quizlet. I don't feel like it helped me. I mean, I might use it here and there for like definitions, so like I could do like a quiz on the definitions, but I don't want to waste too much time on it like I did last time. I felt like what was effective for me was to listen to the lectures. I would write down like key points that they would mention, especially this one professor. He would say like specifically, I think you should know this, like this is in blue, or the other one was this is in red, you know, so then I would write those things down. But I feel like I left it to the last minute, and I almost did do that on purpose because I wanted it to be fresh in my mind. But maybe if I did it multiple times, it wouldn't have felt like I was cramming. I do feel like I was cramming for 16 weeks, so I don't want to do that again. But I did enjoy my concept maps. That really did help, and I could literally visualize it during the test, so that did help me a lot. And I felt like I understood the drugs and the mechanisms much better. It wasn't just like memorizing, oh, beta receptors, it works on the beta 1 receptor of the heart. Like I actually would draw out the beta receptor on the heart, and then you would like see it. So for me that helped. Time consuming, yes, but I felt like I needed that. Like I needed a visual. I feel like I'm like more than just a visual learner. I need to like actually like it's like a video, but I don't know how to explain it. YouTube did help me a lot. I did watch a lot of Ninja Nerd. Shout out to you guys. You guys literally got me through the semester 1. Ninja Nerd, who else? There was this guy Armando, a bunch of other people that I would watch on YouTube, but it was amazing. Oh, Dr. Mike and Dr. Matt, I think it is. Really, really good videos. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. Please don't stop. I'm thinking of doing videos like that in the future once I've understood the concepts in order to teach other people. I do think that that's where I'd like to go in the future with my videos, education-wise, especially for CRNA school. But that's the future. Let's talk about the now. So let's talk final grades. All right, let's talk final grades. I know you guys all want to know. So I ended up with 3 A's and 2 B's. So the classes we took this semester were Advanced Anatomy and Physiology, Advanced Pharmacology, Chemistry, Physics, Biochemistry, an Anesthesia Equipment course, and an Evidence-Based Statistics and Writing course. So, all right, so I got an 89.8 in Anatomy and Physiology. That's literally one question away from an A. I fought for it, but couldn't get it in the end. And then in Pharm, I got an 88.6, which is fine because I felt like I deserved that. I kept getting high B's on the tests, so I know what I want to work on, especially for Pharm. You know, I would let a few things slip through the cracks. It was just so much material, it was impossible to memorize it all, but I do have a better game plan in order to do better in Pharm. And I feel like what's clutch is listening to the lectures over and over. But anyways, I'm going to continue doing that in the future. Then, so that was a B. I mentioned I got 2 B's. And now the A's, I got 96, I think it was, in Chemistry, Physics, and Biochem. I got a 93 in the Anesthesia Equipment course. I really didn't try for that final. I just studied for it the day before. 16 weeks of material, and I literally just crammed it the day before just because I knew I needed a 60 to pass, so it is what it is. And then the writing class, I got an A. Now, what I did like was that spreadsheet that I mentioned in my last video where I did all the test grades that I got throughout the semester and what I needed in order to get an A and then what I needed in order to pass. So I actually could have flopped all of my tests and still done well, which is a really, really, really good feeling, and I've never been set up like that before. So I plan on using next semester as a fresh start and starting off like really, really strong. I do want to end strong as well, but worst case, I'll be okay. You know, I really did like that. Like I didn't have, oh my gosh, I need a 90 in order to pass. Like that is like really stressful, and I didn't want that, and I'm glad I didn't have that because my stomach wouldn't be able to handle it, and I'm grateful that I was doing all right throughout the semester. So I'm looking forward to semester 2, a fresh start. We're taking 4 classes. I actually have a list. Okay, for next semester we have 4 classes. We have Advanced Health Assessment, Advanced Pharmacology for Anesthesia. So this is anesthesia specific pharmacology. Then we have General Principles of Anesthesia, and then Advanced Patho 1. So it seems like it's going to be hard, but I have a game plan in place. I feel like I have a better grasp on how to be a full-time student. Also, we have 1 less class, which is great. I mean, granted, I want to say that these are all like high intensity classes versus how it was last semester. I felt like I had 2 that I really had to emphasize versus 4. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I do have a game plan in place. I'm learning from my mistakes. I'm learning from what worked for me, and hoping for the best next semester. I'll continue doing updates throughout the semester. I plan on doing education videos as I start to understand more of the material, and I feel like also to get into like nitty-gritty anesthesia material, I want to make sure that, you know, it's not too broad of material that I'm going over. I want it to be helpful for me and for others. So I'll see how it goes if I have time, because in order for me to do an education video, I feel like I need to do a lot of research, which is good. It would help me in the end because I want to make sure that what I'm saying is the most accurate information. So in the future, I will be doing education videos pertaining to anesthesia. And also I'll be doing updates throughout my semesters as I go. If you guys have any ideas of content you want me to mention for future videos, please do so in the comments. I really love it. You guys, honestly, the feedback that I've been getting is amazing. The community that I'm building, I'm at, I want to say like 300 subscribers now. When I started my CRNA journey, I had about 100 subscribers from my old nursing education videos. So thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot to me. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!